Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. For those who have never been here before, my name is Lionel and I cook traditional Provence dishes, all vegan. I want to show you that vegan cooking is affordable but also attainable, even though you are just a beginner. Today, I'm going to show you 4 easy ways to prepare a bouquet garni. Bouquet garni, or garnish bouquet in English, is a bundle of herbs usually tied together with a string and mainly used to flavor sauce, soup, casseroles or stew. The bouquet is added to the preparation at the start and is removed at the end of the cooking. The herbs are tied together to be removed easily. The herbs that are used for a bouquet are not specific, but usually contains at least bay leaf, thyme and rosemary. Other herbs can be added according to your taste, the season, or just the recipe. But usually you would not mix not more than 4 to 5 herbs, unless the taste starts to become a bit lost. Let's have a look at the ingredients and utensils you will need to realize this recipe. I've listed down below the list of ingredients and utensils in the description box. To realize the Provencal bouquet garni, you can use fresh or dry herbs. I use both, according to season or availability. Here, I have fresh rosemary. 1 sprig would be enough for a bouquet garni. I also have dry rosemary. I dried it myself from fresh sprigs. Here we have fresh thyme, and over there we have dry thyme. We also need laurel leaves, and those ones are dry. As utensil, you will need cooking twine, the food grade type. You could also do a bouquet garni with a large size tea bowl if you have one. It can be open and closed, that makes it reusable. It's also durable and therefore this is my preference. If you have cheesecloth, you can also make a bouquet garni. So this is made out of cotton. This is also reusable and it just needs to be washed after use. I have different types of cheesecloths that I use to cook different types of things. The fabric mesh needs to be loose for the water to penetrate and the flavors to be released in the preparation. You could also use coffee filters to make a bouquet garni. They are resistant to cooking and are made to let the water go through the paper. However, you have to throw it away after using it. And finally, you need a measuring tablespoon and a paring knife or a pair of scissors. Bouquet garni with a cooking twine. Start by cutting the laurel leaves in half lengthways. If they break apart, it doesn't matter too much. Just make sure the pieces are not too small. Then take 1 fresh rosemary sprig and about 10 thyme sprigs. Cut a piece of cooking twine around 50 cm long. Bundle the thyme sprigs and wrap them around the rosemary sprig. Add to the bundle the gathered laurel leaves and tie the cooking twine around the laurel first and turn around the bundle to make sure that the thyme sprigs are tightly caught by the rope. Then reverse the motion, and when you reach the starting point of the rope, tie the 2 extremities together with a double knot. Your bouquet garni is ready. Bouquet garni with a tea strainer bowl. Take your large size tea strainer bowl, at least large enough to contain the dry herbs. Break 2 dry laurel leaves in smaller bits and add them to the tea bowl. Then add 1 tablespoon of dry rosemary. Then add 1 tablespoon of thyme. I like to crush the thyme sprig with my hand to separate the dry leaves from the sprigs. That makes it easier to measure and to add to the tea bowl. Also, the fragrance comes from the leaves, not from the stems, so it's better to discard the stems. Then close the tea bowl and your bouquet garni is ready to use. Bouquet garni with a piece of cheesecloth. Lay flat your piece of cheesecloth on your working station and add 1 tablespoon of dry rosemary and 1 tablespoon of thyme. Crush the thyme with your hands to separate the leaves from the stems. It's easier to measure the quantity of thyme this way. Then break 2 laurel leaves in small bits and close the 4 edges of your cheesecloth. Twist them and tie them together with a piece of cooking twine. Finish with 2 knots. Your bouquet garni is ready. Bouquet garni with a paper coffee filter. Take a paper coffee filter and open it loosely. Add 1 tablespoon of dry rosemary to the coffee filter and then 1 tablespoon of dry thyme. Crush the thyme sprigs with your hands to separate the leaves from the stems. That just makes it easy to measure. Then break 2 laurel leaves in small bits and add them to the bag. Pinch the edges of the coffee filter to close it, just like a pouch. Tie the top part tight with a piece of cooking twine. Finish with 2 knots. And your bouquet garni is ready. Here are 4 different methods to make a Provençal bouquet garni. The first method is definitely recommended for fresh herbs, as the leaves won't separate from the stems when you are cooking them. I personally like to use the cooking twine when I use fresh herbs and the tea bowl when I use dry herbs. Prepare the bouquet garni before starting to cook and add it when the recipe asks for it. I hope you liked this video. If you did, don't forget to like it. If you want to be notified when I publish a new recipe, just click the notification bell button right below. If you have questions regarding this recipe, don't hesitate to ask in the comments section. If you just like my channel, just subscribe and join my community. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I see you next time.